NATO came and NATO went, and nary a mass evacuation did we see. But we did get to see the ridiculous police state paraded out with 8-foot-high gated fences blocking off whole areas and just ridiculous amounts of police in riot gear with sticks and face shields and whatever, just ridiculous. And there were lots of stories that came out all about how smooth and just gloriously wonderful this police state parade went for Chicago. And the New York Times decided to write this piece: protesters and police clash at NATO meeting, 2 held on terrorism charges. And this is May 20, before they arrested even more people on what appear to be more trumped up, ridiculous charges. I mean, but this one stuck out to me in particular because of the second little paragraph there. Actually, it's just a sentence, but the standoff, which lasted several hours, grew intense as police officers, some in riot gear and gas masks, and protesters, some wearing all black, confronted one another, and shoving and scuffles broke out. How did they even draw those two things? It's like, okay, the police are wearing riot gear and gas masks. Those police looked hardcore. If you watched any of the feeds or saw any of the images, watched the news, anything, those police were not screwing around. They looked all decked out, down to their freaking eyelash follicles, in hardcore black, thick, padded stuff going on. They had sticks. They were about ready to kill some people. And then they're like, and protesters, some wearing all black. Ooh, they were wearing all black. How do you even compare those two things? You've got a bunch of unarmed people in dark clothing, so that somehow is equal to... The way they say it here, it's like this big confrontation between two equal groups because there were some protesters wearing black. That's ridiculous. Also, by the way, maybe the people at the New York Times should check those videos again because not everyone was wearing black. Oh, wait, they did, because they took a picture of protesters fighting with cops who are also not wearing all black. That's the best they had on making these two groups equal. So you got a whole bunch of dudes in riot gear and gas masks with weapons, and you got some guys, and a few of them were wearing black. Okay, that's totally equal. I feel much better about this entire police state 1984 takeover of America. Okay, yeah, that works for me. See, they had to get the riot gear, you guys, and the sticks, and the weapons, and the full-on body gear, because you don't get it, okay? Some of these protesters, they were freaking wearing all black, okay? They weren't just wearing a black t-shirt. They were wearing all black. They had black pants, and black shoes, and a black hat, and black gloves. They were wearing all black. That's hardcore. You can't just show up like a regular cop to that. You got to have full-on riot gear and a gas mask and a stick, because they were wearing all black. Some of them. That's pretty hardcore, you guys. That's scary. Okay? Anyway, the article goes on to talk a little bit about the guys that were arrested on the terrorism charges, and they came out to, they're denying the charges, and they're suggesting that they've been set up. And actually it says lawyers for the 3 men that said they'd been entrapped, and that a man and woman who were either informants or undercover law enforcement officials had come up with the plans and provided materials for the explosives. In this other article right here, they even say not only were the charges fabricated, but they're claiming the charges were fabricated in order to justify intensifying security measures and legitimizing the use of force against other protesters. Wait. Are you suggesting, you little NATO Terror 3, are you guys suggesting that our loving, wonderful government would try and use you as patsies to justify their police state rollout? Oh, that would never happen. I mean, especially not after Sarah Gelsomino of the People's Law Office came out with her astute observation that says all 3 of these guys, interestingly enough, were in a car about a week ago that was stopped and harassed by the Chicago PD, and then they posted a video online in attempt to expose that police misconduct. And now suddenly they're being charged with these crimes. That is all a coincidence. Don't you know this is America? Those kinds of things don't happen, you conspiracy theorists. I mean, look, they needed that LRAD sound weapon, I mean, public safety message provision device. They just needed to have that so they could be able to talk to the protesters. They're going to give people public safety messages. They love you. They want you to be safe, public, okay? It's not like they're spending millions of dollars to dissuade people from protesting or using their First Amendment rights or having an opinion or thinking critically in any way. They're totally not doing that. Why would you even think that? And the FBI would never set anybody up or do any kind of false flags on the American people. That has never, ever, 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 ever happened ever before, ever. So, NATO came and went, and we are totally not whatsoever a police state. So go back to sleep. Nothing to see here.